Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, today was another very interesting day indeed. We had a lot of up and downs, a lot of volatility, a lot of good news, a lot of pending news. But I'm here to say that Bitcoin reserve, that strategic reserve, is coming very, very soon because Trump signed a crypto executive order. So let's talk about what happened and what to expect. Yeah, really, that's it. All right, let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. Bitcoin, like I said, saw some volatility. We went up to 107, down 106, down 106, again down, right? A lot of volatility, that's for sure. And that's because this morning we got this this cryptic tweet from Semler Lummis, and then later on we had other things go on, right? Let's talk about it. The biggest one is this, all right? President Trump finally signed an executive order on cryptocurrencies, paving way for digital asset stockpile. See, the thing is here, okay, it's paving way for digital asset stockpile, not just Bitcoin. So there are a lot of rumors that, hey, there may be other crypto that will be going to this strategic reserve. So there's some confusion there, and there's actually something I want to talk about a little bit later on that relates to this. But overall, this is very, very positive. What he said before last June during the Bitcoin conference is starting to come true, and it's really fast. This is not one of those things like, yeah, 10 years down the road, we're going to put Bitcoin into a reserve. No, this is coming like now. This is like his third day in office, and this is being signed, right? It is a pretty big deal. And he said, to quote, "We are going to make a lot of money for the country." Right? That sounds great. That sounds really, really great. And he did say this. Let's play it.
This reduced the cost of virtually all goods and services. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto.
You hear that? World capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. That sounds good. I've said this. This year is going to be very interesting, especially in the U.S. if he does what he promises, and it's sounding like it's more and more leading toward that. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic year. Okay. And obviously, Cynthia Lummis this morning tweeted that she, had some big announcement, right? It's this, that she is going to be the chair of the Senate Banking Subcommittee on Digital Assets. What does that mean? That means she's basically in charge of that strategic reserve. And she's going to be the main person to determine what's going to be put inside, right? So pretty big stuff. And there will be more like this coming down the road because we're seeing one after another rule change or new appointee or new task force. And they're all very pro-crypto. For example, here's another one. The SEC, okay, they just kicked off the crypto task force to create a new framework for Bitcoin. And now they rescind this, the SAB 121, which now allows, I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought banks could custody Bitcoin, but once upon a time, someone threw in this new thing that disallows them to, but that has just been rescinded. So now banks can now custody Bitcoin. Not that, this is a good idea. If you're a believer of crypto, Bitcoin, self-custody, why would you allow a bank to hold your Bitcoin and crypto? I get it for the masses that want something simple. It could make sense. But imagine if Trump tells FDIC to assure the Bitcoin and crypto being held at banks. That's one of the biggest benefits of holding money at banks, right? Because there's that FDIC insurance. So if the bank goes belly up, then you're protected up to $250,000. A married couple $500,000. But outside of that, there's really no reason why you would put money in a bank other than to pay bills. But it's horrible to just leave your money in there. But imagine if there's a new rule that's created that not only allows banks to custody Bitcoin, but will insure it up to $250,000 per person. That would make it compelling for a lot of people, right? If you think about it. But anyways, this is one of those big rule changes, right? That I talked about. And, again, this is all just opening up the doorways for more and more people to come into the space and allow more companies to come into this space. Look at this. Morgan Stanley CEO says the bank will work with the U.S. regulators on offering crypto. So, of course, they're going to probably offer custody service, but they're also going to offer crypto, right? Goldman Sachs CEO said something really positive this morning. Bank of America. I mean, everyone is trying to get in on the game. This really didn't happen before. I mean, really, you heard banks being very negative on Bitcoin overall because it threatens them. Now they all did a 180 and they're all turning super pro. Even Jamie Dimon, he talks a lot of smack about Bitcoin, but yet JP Morgan offers the most services when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto. And they certainly advise their wealth clients to pick up on Bitcoin and crypto and ETFs as well. So it's all changing, guys. It's all changing for the better. Semler Scientific is going to offer $75 million worth of convertible notes. Guess why? To buy more Bitcoin. Following in Saylor's footsteps. I mean, the supply shock this year is going to be crazy. Crazy. Now, there's one thing that happened today and may explain why we didn't shoot up to the moon with all the positive things that I've just talked about. And it could be because of this. Now, if this is over, this is actually a really good thing. So it's been reported that China holds about 194,000 Bitcoin, worth $20 billion. And rumors are they sold it all. They sold 194,000 Bitcoin. Now, here's the good news. Bitcoin didn't move. We're still above $100,000. We're not that far off from our high. If this is true, this goes to show you how damn strong Bitcoin is and how much appetite there is when a country sells $20 billion basically all at once, or I don't know if all at once, but over a course of maybe a few months or so. But still, if that's true, man, China's going to be regretting it just like Germany. Germany sold 30,000 and they regret it. They're already talking about they're going to create a reserve and buy it back. If China is stupid enough to sell $20 billion worth, they're going to buy it back at a higher price soon because once the U.S. really starts putting Bitcoin into a reserve, China's going to follow, and so is Russia and everyone else, right? So, I mean, this is the rumor, the FUD. I guess it's not. CryptoQuant CEO said this. And CryptoQuant is a analytics platform. So they have been tracking the wallet. And before, it was rumored that, China just moved to a different wallet. But no, he's saying they sold it. Okay. If that's the case, that's one less FUD to worry about, right? If the market is this strong, can eat up that much without any disruption, that's a huge, huge positive. And again, you know, this is what's coming next, guys. Okay? There are a lot of charts left and right. And bottom line is, pretty soon, we are going to make that next leg up. And a lot of charts say that means $150,000. And I do think I mean, just look at everything that's happening right now. This is all positive, not one negative thing, besides maybe a little FUD, but you just have to put two and two together. The U.S. is going to be a crypto powerhouse. Trump is going to make that happen. It's going to start, or it, meaning the country, is going to start buying Bitcoin up to 1 million and putting it into the reserve. It's going to cause a cascade of others to do so. States are doing it. Companies are now offering more and more notes just so they could buy Bitcoin. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, especially also for American-based projects. Now, there's one other thing. Notice that this is saying paving way for digital assets, right? It doesn't say paving way for Bitcoin asset stockpile. And there's rumors it's because of Ripple. Ripple supposedly is lobbying, okay, for a huge diversified crypto reserve rather than a Bitcoin reserve only. So I don't know how true this is. So they may be the ones that's stopping it, but you know, I don't know. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Imagine if that reserve was stockpiled with Bitcoin and then Trump throws Trump coin in there and then XRP. You know, I think we should start with Bitcoin. Let's see where that goes first and then maybe add in some of the others. I think if you start out right away and it's too diluted, it may send a wrong message, right? We got to support the biggest and the best, and that is Bitcoin. So I don't know how true this is, but nevertheless, Ripple, XRP, still doing well. Supposedly this, this appeal from SEC is being appealed by Ripple. And if that's over, then that's it. Then they get they get the SEC off their back, and once and for all, no more. No more. Right? We'll see. We'll see what happens. The new crypto czar, David Sachs. He's a big Solana guy. And Solana has been doing very well, right? Of course, because of Trump coin. But Solana overall took a lot of breather over the last few months, but now is coming back strong. TVL rocketed 600% because of Trump meme coin, and there will be a lot more coming. So, XRP, Solana, they're in really good shape. But you know who else is in good shape that hasn't started moving at is Avalanche. They've been shopping for new headquarters right in the middle of the New York City. And what do you think the reason is? He even says it. Something other than paying high taxes. So, you know, a lot of projects are cozying up to the new administration, to Trump, and that's a smart thing. Avalanche is based in the U.S. I've said that many times. So, they could be the next one to really start moving. I hope so, because I do like Avalanche. And they're working with Bank of America, okay? And Bank of America is also going to start offering crypto services soon. So, it's all tying together. It's all tying together quite nicely. All right. That's pretty much it. You know what? You know what I got to do tonight? DCA. All right. I didn't do it yesterday. Today's Thursday. So I brought this up. And look at this. It's doing quite well. Even with, I don't even know. Week over week, did we fall down? Let's see. Last week to this week, the same. It went down $37, right? But if you go back all time, 100 it was 119%. DCAing $100 pretty much every week since 2021, and no guessing, no trading, just simply DCAing. That's it. That's it. All right, let's take a look. I forgot what I had last time. I think I added XRP last time. I still feel like I'm underweight at XRP, but you got a lot of great winners here. Okay, of course, Bitcoin. Basically, half of the portfolio is in Bitcoin. I've always advised 50, 25, 25 rule. 50% in Bitcoin, 25% in big caps, 25% in everything else. So as for the big caps, you got Solana doing well, Cardano, Sui, Avalanche, I just talked about, right? Pretty heavy in VeChain, BNB Chainlink, another American-based project. Stacks is not doing so well. And then some of these have fallen to red. XRP, I've been loading up XRP. Injective, I didn't know Injective is American-based. Hedera, I think I added Hedera last time. Very underweight in Hedera too. I'm just going to add to some good American projects. So I'm going to add to Hedera and XRP and maybe Injective. I'll do a three-way split. That's what I'm going to do. Three-way split with American-based projects. All right, so with XRP, let's do 10.8. And then let's do Injective. $1.625. I'm adding $33 to each one of these guys, in case you're wondering. All right. So pretty simple this time. Just adding some great underweight American-based projects. XRP, which is up about 42%. Injective, which is in the red. They haven't really moved yet. Not recently. And then Hedera, which is up about 66% overall. All right. Let's do some Q&A. Rich, I'm really heavy in Cardano. It's like the third highest thing I have in here. The other ones I'm very underweight in. So, especially XRP, because I started buying it pretty late. Antonio, should we stop holding or buying Ethereum? I can't tell you what to do, man. But you got to read the room sometimes. There are a lot of other projects that have a lot more momentum at this point. Algorand launched staking today. Oh, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that. Mo NYC is Silk Road Ross go get his Bitcoin back. I read an article yesterday that said someone found there's still like 40 million of untouched Bitcoin that belongs to him. So it's interesting because he probably can't touch it. He can't sell it. If he does and people know it's his, he's going to go back to jail. I don't know. I don't know if you get pardoned, if like everything just goes away. I really don't know. Thoughts on CRO long term? I think the exchange will do fine. I'm just not a big fan of the chain. Marshall, when this many people talk about in a live chat, that means it's peaked. Every single time without failure, if you got a whole bunch of people trying to shill it, that means it's at a top and is about to fall. Guaranteed. Why is Trump so bullish on ETH even though even WBC, it's not him. It's the guys running World Liberty Financial. So they're making all the decisions. Trump isn't. So it's a ETH based project. So they're like sticking with the ETH projects. Yeah, I guess they've previously founded some other project that was ETH based too. So, that's why. Zach XBT disappeared after receiving 3 million Zach tokens. Yeah, he's. I think he's taking a lot of heat for that. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to ignore. I mean, you got $3 million sitting there. Of course, you're probably going to think about cashing it out, but I think, yeah, I think that people are going to hold that against them for a long time, if maybe forever. No, Marshall, no, I don't. Low IQ detector, better performer for rest of the cycle, ADA, AVAX, or Algo. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Money over fame. At this point, I rather buy Ethereum than Polkadot. So I'm not going to give you a prediction for the next 2 to 3 years because I'm very, very, very bearish on it. Trump signed and banned CBDC. Is this bad for it? No, it's fantastic. Do you know what a CBDC is? It's a central bank digital currency. It basically removes the competition from the likes of XRP. Do you think the stock market will crash under Trump's presidency? No. Just look at his last presidency. Stock market blew up. So I think that's what's going to happen. Kraken said they will be listing Snack. First tier 1 listing for ADA. That's pretty big. I mean, for Snack. That's pretty big for Kraken to do so. I mean, I haven't checked Snack's market cap for a while, but I'm assuming they're pretty big. Would you move on from SHIB you held? Wait, would you move on from SHIB you held since 2021? I don't know, man. You know, when it comes to crypto, anything can happen. So someone like Shiba can like definitely pump in the tail end of this cycle. But again, there are so many memes, and meme traders go from one to another to another. They're not that loyal. So I don't know. I don't know how well it's going to do this cycle, to be honest. Again, anything can happen, but man, they're already really big in market cap, and there's so many cheaper options, and people are always going to them. I just don't know if they're going to have enough momentum to go much higher beyond their previous high. Jim, BitUnix sucks. You do not. Why? What's wrong with BitUnix? I use them literally daily, every day to trade. They do not suck. And they're open. No KYC, open to the US, which is very hard these days. Nadia, invest in Sui. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Mako, thank you. Why can't you talk about XRP? I did, man. You just showed up too late. I talked about XRP already. What crypto pairs do you follow? What do you mean, what crypto pairs? Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, guys. I think it's time to call it a night. Today was pretty good. Very volatile, but overall, we got some great news. We got crypto executive order signed. We got Trump saying he's going to make the U.S. the world capital of crypto. We got a lot of good stuff. One after another, guys. It's just a matter of time before we blow up and make the next leg up, and everything will follow. So stay strong, my friends. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, the usual time. All right. Since so many people have asked about XRP, here's the educational video about it.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.